Oh, my dearest diary, let me tell you the tragic tale of my encounter with Cabañas Ruca Lico Villa Traful Argentina, our place, where dreams go to wither like a flower forgotten in the sun. Gather close, my heartbroken comrades, for this is not just a story of poor service, but a symphony of neglect, arrogance, and the slow, crushing weight of disappointment. Imagine, if you will, a traveler bright-eyed, hopeful, clutching the promise of escape like a fragile bird in their hands. That was me, that was us, and oh, how we were betrayed. Let us begin with the reservation process, a labyrinth of incompetence, so profound it could make a bureaucrat weep. I reached out, my voice trembling with excitement, only to be met with the kind of indifference usually reserved for expired milk. Oh, we have dates until October 31st, they said, as if the calendar ceased to exist beyond that point. But I, foolish optimist that I was, asked about November 6th, a mere 6 days later. Surely such a tiny gap could be bridged. Oh no, instead they spun me in circles like a lost child on a merry-go-round, promising to consider me, to prioritize me. Lies, sweet, sticky lies. When they finally deigned to respond, they sent a screenshot mockery in digital form showing every single day I had begged for already snatched away. No apology, no explanation, just the silent laughter of a business that does not care. And why is this bad, you ask? Because time is precious, my loves. Because every moment they wasted, another door closed. Because when you are left dangling like this, it is not just a reservation you lose, it is trust. It is the slow, creeping dread that perhaps the world is just a little colder than you hoped. But wait, there is more. The hospitality, if we can call it that, was a masterclass in how not to treat human beings. Some poor soul, dear Veronica, sacrificed her work days just to secure a spot, only to be ghosted like a lover in the night. The dates she begged for, given away without a second thought, and when confronted, silence, a shrug. The kind of shrug that says, your pain is not my problem. And the cabins, my heart weeps just recalling them. The photos, no doubt touched by digital sorcery, promised paradise. Reality delivered a damp, mildewed nightmare. The walls groaned under the weight of neglect. The furniture sagged like an old man's spine. The bedding, stained, the water, cold, the windows broken, letting in not just the howling wind, but an army of mosquitoes eager to feast on our despair. And do you know what makes this unforgivable? It is not just the filth, it is the lie. It is charging luxury prices for a hovel. It is looking a guest in the eye and saying, yes, this is worth your money, when every fiber of the place whispers, we do not care. And the road, a treacherous path of jagged rocks and dust, as if the universe itself were warning us to turn back. Cars stuck, tires screaming, and the owners, nowhere to be found. Unless, of course, you count the times they did apparently to shrug, to sneer, to act as if your suffering were an amusing anecdote in their grand, uncaring narrative. My fellow travelers, this is not just bad service, this is an offense against decency. This is the slow erosion of faith in kindness itself. To take money, to take time, to take hope and return nothing but indifference. That is cruelty wrapped in apathy. And so, I write this not for vengeance, but for justice. For every soul who has ever been made to feel small. For every traveler who trusted and was betrayed. Let my words be a beacon, a shield, a warning that no one else should suffer as we have. Cabañas Ruca Lico Villa Traful Argentina, you have broken more than reservations, you have broken hearts. And for that, history will judge you harshly. Now tell me, dear reader, have you ever felt this kind of betrayal? Have you ever given your hope to a place, only to have it crushed like a leaf underfoot? Share your pain, be.
Lo, let us mourn the businesses surrounding Cabañas Ruca Lico Villa Traful Argentina. They leave a certain taste in your mouth. A bitter one. It feels like stepping into a carefully constructed illusion. A postcard promising serenity that crumbles the moment you reach for it. It's not merely that these establishments are lacking. It's that they seem to operate on a different understanding of hospitality. A silent agreement to underdeliver and overcharge. It's a pattern, a dishearteningly consistent theme woven into the fabric of commerce here. And truthfully, it feels personal, like a deliberate dimming of the joy you came seeking. This impression wasn't formed lightly. It's built from fragments, whispers of frustration echoing in online reviews, chipped paint hinting at neglected promises. It's the way details keep surfacing, small fractures in the idyllic image painted by brochures, and glowing landscapes. It's like trying to assemble a puzzle only to find half the pieces are missing. And the box depicts a scene entirely different from what you're holding. My soul, it feels a strange dampness when thinking of it. Let's begin with the restaurants. Restaurants in this locale operate on a system of extended timelines and questionable sincerity. You will find yourself waiting, not a polite, anticipatory wait, but a limbo, a silent assessment of your patience. Menus seem to exist more as suggestions than binding contracts. Items routinely unavailable despite being prominently displayed. A simple request, a side of sauce, a refill of water, becomes an act of heroic persistence. Take Puma, for example. It commands a breathtaking view, a tactic many seem to rely on as a distraction from everything else. But the view, majestic as it is, doesn't fill an empty stomach or mend a bruised spirit. Reports are common of hour-long waits just to be acknowledged, let alone served. And when the food does arrive, it often lacks flavor. One reviewer described an entire meal as tasting of nothing, a culinary void that even a Big Mac would surpass. The disorganization is striking. People are literally having to scramble for tables, a kind of unspoken Hunger Games unfolding as someone vacates a chair. A woman, 8 months pregnant, reportedly being asked to identify who had taken her seat. It unsettles me. It speaks to a fundamental disregard for human comfort. And the prices, elevated to match the altitude without the commensurate quality. It's a gamble, a test of your resolve, and too often you find yourself leaving hungry and resentful. Then there's Carancho. The reports here are grim. Similar themes of glacial service, but with a distinct air of hostility. A sense that your presence is an inconvenience, a disruption to their whatever it is they're doing. Multiple accounts detail orders forgotten, requests ignored, and a general air of indifference so thick you could cut it with a knife. One person waited over an hour and 20 minutes for a drink, only to walk out before it arrived. Another had a cold sandwich delivered, with no attempt to rectify the situation. And a deeply concerning account of a gluten-free meal being handled with such carelessness that it triggered severe illness. It's not simply slow service, it's a willful disregard for basic customer care. It's like they are challenging you, seeing how much you'll tolerate. This infuriates my moral compass. And then, to add insult to injury, there are issues of accuracy. A restaurant advertising opening hours until 10 p.m., only to find itself shuttered by 9. Menus offering choices that magically vanish upon ordering. It's all deceptive. I felt ill. There is a sadism to it all. The lodging itself seems to follow suit. Cabañas Ruca Lico, the namesake of this area, presents a portrait of unmet expectations. While the location is favorable, the cabins themselves are described as basic, put it kindly. A discrepancy between price and quality prevails.
Missing amenities, poor lighting, a general sense of neglect. Many reservations are handled with an unsettling lack of transparency. Dates promised then rescinded, a frustrating dance of unavailability. One person requested a booking 6 days past the last listed date, received a tangled web of indecision and eventual disappointment. Then a photo showing the dates they wanted were already booked. No apology, no explanation, just